Hello, this is Alerna, and I'm back with another Duel Links video. I actually didn't look at the skill rebalancing, but I did take a look at the Forbidden Limited list. I looked at those, but I didn't look at the skill rebalancing, which I probably should have, because they're updating Shooting Star Road, which is a skill that I've used countless times. I mean, you guys know that because I've dueled Emporia over and over using it, but, well, let's forget that I did that. I'm probably going to have to duel Emporia a bunch of other times in the future if the recent Turbo Duel Grand Prix is any indication. I haven't ignored that, by the way. He seems to be very popular. I mean, I understand, but also I'm tired of dueling against him. At the beginning of the duel, place one junk converter in your graveyard. In addition, then you can place 3 tuners to the top. Okay. What? Wait a minute, I'm confused about this update. At the beginning of the duel, okay, that's normal. Okay. What? Wait a minute. I feel like I am very confused, and do they nerf the skill? I don't know. The skill can, if you begin the duel with a deck that follows the conditions below. Okay. I'm just trying to understand the differences here. Okay. Alright. So, your extra deck needs to contain 4 or more junk, synchron, or stardust. Okay, what? Did they just change it to be more clear, or what is the reason for this? I don't know. I can't imagine they're actually updating to be more clear, considering Konami has an issue with it not being clear. That's just my opinion, though, to be honest. Okay, But then you can place 3 tuners to the top of your deck. Yeah, I think that's a change. You can place 3 tuners on the top of your deck from outside of the deck. So I think it's slightly buffed. I'm not sure. And Demon's Resonance, I don't even think I've got that skill unlocked. I can go check in a second, but I don't think I do. I don't have all of Jack's skills. Yeah, even though I used him for the entire Turbo Duel Grand Prix, I still think there are skills of his I don't have. I mean, to begin with, some of them are lifetime mission skills, so that's why I don't have all of those. Okay. Well, I am done looking at this list. Took me a while, but yeah, I'm done now. Yeah, I don't even, when she makes that special expression, you get gems, but I still haven't paid attention to how many. I don't really know. Anyway, guys, I have number 6 now. If anyone wants proof, I can show you, but I'm actually interested in what Jack has. I probably have to do it as a lifetime mission, which, if so, that would be why I don't have it. The event is now open. Event code. The Shadow Memories. Bakura. When this event started, I wasn't really the biggest fan of Bakura. Actually, I've never been the biggest fan, but then, while I was doing this event, I was just like, wait, why? If Bakura and I met up in real life, he's pretty much the kind of person that I'd be friends with, because, okay, maybe not while he has the Millennium Ring, but, I don't know. I don't think our friendship would survive against Yami Bakura, to be honest. But let's ignore that. He's late. What's taking him so long? Well, to be honest, Joey, I don't think everyone has as much energy as you. Though I'm not sure who wins against that argument. Chill out, Joey. Yeah, you always show up late too, but you don't hear us complaining. Oh! Well, I ain't you, and I'm complaining. And that sounded more southern than Brooklyn. Hi, everyone. I hate the stereotypical southern accent. That's exactly how I pronounce Joey's dialogue. My apologies. I just hate the stereotypical southern accent. I live here, okay? That's not everyone talks like that. Ugh, whatever. Anyway, you're late, Bakura. You are 0.05 hours late. Sorry, I overslept because I pulled an all-nighter working on my RPG script. An RPG script? Wow, that's more than I did at his age, to be honest. I don't even know how old they are here. All I know is they're older than they were in DM, that's it. An all-nighter, though, that sounds familiar. You know, I pulled a lot of those. I still pull a lot of them. That sounds like something you would do, Bakura. But I did remember to bring my deck. I can't wait to duel against each and every one of you. But you ain't dueling me. Playing against you is too eerie. Joey, you dueled against Yami Marik, and you dueled against Bones. I think you can handle it. But that's just me. What? Don't say that. Look at all the special cards I put in my deck. And they're all spooky. Each one creepier than the last. I don't want to duel you. Joey, that's disrespectful. I've dueled you 1 billion times with creepy decks. Admittedly, I didn't want to. But I did. So you can deal with it, because you won most of them. It's fine, Joey. Let's get started. No! You know what, Joey, Joey is an example of why I didn't record last night, and I just barely managed to survive that. I barely managed to survive without recording anything. And it's only because I was like, can I really trust myself to be quiet? Can I really? I decided I couldn't, so I went to bed. But I was so close to recording. I was just like, but I want to. And then I'm just like, yeah, well, all day I was louder than I expected to be. How can I enforce that I'm going to be quiet this time? Well, I couldn't be sure, so yeah, there's that. After this, I'm going to go around dueling legendary duelists. I need currency to duel Bakura with. And then later, I'll have to play as Bakura. Which, to be fair, I'm going to have Yugi maxed out any day now. It's going to be during this event at some point, I'm telling you. And I'm not there in that world because I'm not there yet. I will get there. What is the AI doing? Deciding whether to use polymerization or... Yeah, sure. The AI just drives me nuts sometimes. But then sometimes I make mistakes that are so much worse. So much worse. Okay. Well, to be fair, I don't really benefit from maxing out Zane's level, but I don't really benefit from maxing out anyone's level, to be honest. The gem shortage, I can see it now. I wonder if I'll regret spending gems the way that I've been spending them. I mean, most players would probably say, yeah, most likely. I'm over here like, So, my, gacha history is... Yeah, I'm not much of a gambler, but every time I say that, I just remember playing Magia Record in A, you know, while there is still an English version. And I kid you not. I was terrified. I was like, I have whale potential. I better not use it. I better not use it. And I think Hyoko felt bad for NA, so she was a pity breaker at one point, which was very hilarious considering I had trouble getting her on the North American version. By the way, it's shut down now, so that was funny. Not the part that it shut down, but just the fact that getting Kyoko was easier on the Japanese version. I cannot read Japanese, but I can read just barely enough of it to play the game, I guess. And there's just barely enough English text as well, interestingly enough. People in Japan speak Japanese, and there's still some English in... Okay, sure. I know that in Japan they do like English text for some reason. And they have English in their anime. So there's that too. And some of their names don't make any sense when I look at their language, and they're like, I'm just thinking, they don't have that letter in their language. How do they pronounce that name? Yeah, how do they pronounce it? I probably wasn't paying attention to the examples when I was watching some of these series in Japanese, if we're being completely honest here. So, I was thinking about a joke before I logged on. You know, in Japan, there are slight pronunciation differences, and there are things about the Japanese language that don't necessarily carry over as easily to English, because the English language isn't like that. I was thinking about Yugo, or I don't even know how to pronounce his name. So I'm just gonna call him Fusion, and he's just like, in the Japanese version, he's like, it's not Fusion, it's whatever the actual pronunciation of his name is. I don't know how to pronounce it. There's just this subtle difference between Yugo and the pronunciation of Fusion, or whatever his name is. I don't know how to pronounce it, but there is a slight difference between the pronunciation of the Japanese term for Fusion and his name. And in the English dub, that didn't quite carry over very well, because we don't have that kind of joke in the English. We don't have that kind of joke. It doesn't make any sense. So the joke is less. It doesn't make as much sense in the English dub for Arc 5. I thought that was a bit dumb, because in Japan, at least it makes sense because of their language. In English, it just doesn't make any sense. Okay, Asperova, you do realize that your ace monster is actually evil, right? I'm just putting it out there. You probably want to be careful around Jinzo. Yeah, Jinzo is creepy and can summon himself. Yes, he can summon himself, and if you tell him that's against the rules, if you tell him he can't summon himself, he'll tell you this. I just did. Yeah, I did watch the dub for GX. I believe I told you guys this. And then cringed when I misgendered Yubel. I don't have any monsters. Anyway, Yami, maybe I'll draw monsters if I'm not playing. Since apparently I don't have... This is stupid. Okay, I need a monster I can summon. I don't have ancient rules in my hand. Well, I have Cyber Dragon now, even though I switched to active characters. Yeah, I just put Cyber Dragon in Yami deck. No big deal. What? If that's illegal, that was the only monster I... No, you can't... No, you are not allowed to win. You can't win. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to. For what reason? Because I said so. And so did the heart of the cards. I probably made some people cringe, but there's so much nostalgia, I don't know how many people actually cringed. So much nostalgia, I have no idea who actually cringed. Yeah, well, to be fair, nostalgia is why Dark Side of Dimensions world even exists. Okay, maybe not the only reason. Maybe not the only reason, but still. Okay, you better be careful around Jinzo, Esperova. He might be plotting to kill you. Just saying. Anyway, I'm joking for the most part. Although Jinzo is pretty creepy and Jax. And evil as well, I might add. But there were a bunch of kids messing with forces they had no understanding of. So they probably deserved it. But, you know, like the protagonist Jaden is, he saved their lives anyway. Because, he's nice. I would not have been as nice. Because Jinzo is creepy. So I wouldn't want to touch him anywhere. Not even in a duel. Though I did play him last night. But that's because of the duel. I was doing dueling quizzes. So I did play him for those. But still. I kind of had to. No, well, I don't know if I had to. I can't remember. I can't remember how that duel actually went. Was it a dueling quiz or just a structure deck duel? That doesn't really matter. Oh, yeah, I gave Yuya these cards too. Because every protagonist gets these. Except for Yami, Yugi, and Juzei so far. Misaki might get them too, but I haven't decided yet. I have not decided. I'm just gonna look at Yusaku's starter deck and starter version in this game, and I'm going to be like, "Is this the most recent deck you showed, Naoki Yusaku? Because this deck is stupid." Okay. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be the deck he most recently showed. There is no way that joke makes any sense after the way that Varane's ended. Thanks, Yusaku. Maybe you should tell your friends where you're going first. Well, I guess if he considers them friends, I would expect he would at least consider Kusanagi a friend by that point, but I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. He was dealing with a lot of shit, and his friends didn't really seem to. I say friends, but actually I am kind of hesitating on that one. If I had friends and I went missing for a month, but they didn't try to contact me, are they really my friends at that point? I mean, if they knew I just went through some shit, shouldn't they at least make sure I'm alive? Just saying. No one there thought to ask. No one. Not one of them. What about you, Revolver? You didn't do it either. Seriously, this is just... Everyone in the series is guilty of not knowing what happened to Yusaku. Everyone except the casualties. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, the casualties are why I'm driven nuts by all of this. You do realize what you... They don't. They don't know it all. They don't. They have no understanding of what Yusaku had... They do not realize what pain it must have... They don't know his pain. I don't really understand it either, but to an extent, I guess I'm showing more salt than everyone else did. I mean, I get it. He had to, but really, guys? Yusaku hasn't said anything for like a month. I get it. He has that personality, but you could still ask and make sure he's alive. Dear Lord. Some friends. I take that back. Maybe Yusaki should get better friends. I think even Kusanagi should have checked at least. Seriously, Kusanagi, are you not grateful? Seriously, there is one good deed that dude did for your brother, and you're not going to at least acknowledge that maybe there is something you should... Whatever, there's no defending someone that just cheated to win. But by cheating, there was one good thing that came out of it. I had to be vague. I'm not trying to spoil anyone, but I'm still salty over the ending of Reigns, just saying. Though I would have been a bit more okay with it by this point if, well, you know, there wasn't a bit more there at the end than there needed to be. Duel Links, can you give me some closure that I never got from the series itself? We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Duel Links, I don't trust you, but I think I can trust them with at least this. Right? Right? Yusaki seems like the kind of person I would come to Duel Links after what happened. I mean, just saying. It might explain what couldn't. It would explain a lot, really. And then he would be just fine. Although I guess a month isn't really long enough for someone to actually be worried. I mean, Yusaki has that kind of personality. I've got that kind of personality. If I went dead after a month, I don't think my silence would bother anyone. Because I just have that kind of personality. But it's just, yeah, I've got that kind of personality, but I didn't have to do what Yusaki did. If I had to do what Yusaki did, I would not be mentally stable. Seriously, I would not be mentally stable at all. You know, I would be more like, No, I said I wasn't going to spoil anyone. I already spoiled enough. Although I guess most people don't really care at this point, but, you know, pretend I do. Okay, I'm in 5D's world, so, what do I have for Jack's skills? I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. Give me a minute. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, yeah, he's missing some skills, and yeah, I don't have Demon's Resonance. That's a lifetime mission, so that's why I don't have it. Although there are some of those skills that aren't life missions, but, you know, this don't really matter much. Anyway, guys, I'm going to do some things off screen, and then I'll be back soon. So, actually, can I really hold myself to that? I really want to record. Seriously, Carly, you know, I realize there's an RNG system here, and out of the entire roster, there's only a limited amount of 5D's characters, or even a limited amount of characters in the franchise as a whole, but it really seems like, I don't know, it just seems like she comes out more, but I think that's probably just biased talking. But for me to be biased, there would have to be a reason for it, right? Like, how would I not... I didn't seem to notice when I was leveling up Yusei. Did I? To be fair, yeah, I didn't really pay any attention to that. I think that there are some reasons for this, but we're going to ignore those because that's exactly what the anime did. The anime ignored them, so what then? Oh god, I'm salty over that too. All the salt, man, all the salt. I'm salty and I will not forget any of it. The salt is real today. Because, of course I'm salty. I've been through a lot of shit. A lot. I've been through so much shit that honestly, I don't think anyone realizes just how much shit I've gone through within the past few months, within the past few years, within the past any period in my life. I was just telling my therapist how it's not even an exaggeration that I was born with issues. Because I was. They were mostly physical health issues, but they could have any amount of, it could have had, I spent how many years with a blocked nasal passage? I was breathing through just one nostril. That had to have done shit to me that I don't even know about. Yeah, I'm sure. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap things up for this video. I will see you guys in the next one, where I do more shit, and I will be back with more salt.